The lying leg raise is one of the most effective, safest, and most functional abdominal and core training exercises in existence. That's why it's level 1 exercise for the flexion chain in the Beautiful Strength program. So the first thing we need to do with all exercise is make sure we have good tension control in our target muscles, because you can only work a muscle to the degree you can engage it. And a lot of times with the abdominals, people have poor tension control. So if that's the case, nothing you do will ever be very effective. And one of the best ways to learn tension control in your abs is the classic dead bug exercise. Legs are up, forearms are against the thighs, and I'm gonna drive my thighs backwards and my forearms into the thighs hard. This does several things. First off is making sure you have good control throughout your entire abdominal or rectus abdominis. So if you're doing core exercises and you're like, oh, I feel all in my upper abs or lower abs or something, that's usually a sign that more tension control needs to be addressed for the entire thing. But the second thing it does is it helps you learn how to keep a lot of abdominal tension with your breathing. You can have your head back or up, whichever's comfortable for you, but you're developing the coordination so that way you're not getting tight in your breathing, but you can have tight tension control and breathing relaxed. Usually warming up with that for about 2 to 3 sets, 5 to 10 seconds will work fine for you. The second thing that we're going to do is assess where you have tension control for the sake of lower back stability. So a lot of times when people do their lying leg raises, they'll be like, oh, it's hard on my lower back, so I put my hands underneath my hips. That's not a bad thing, but it's certainly going to hold you back, because the whole point of your abdominals is not to lift your legs, but instead to control your pelvic tilt. Anterior pelvic tilt, where you have a bit of an arch in your lower back. I know you can't quite see it here. And then posterior tilt, where you're pressing your lower back to the floor. When we do our lying leg raise, we want to basically rock on our tailbone. Have a little bit of motion here. We don't want to keep it locked in. But when we come down and we don't have strength or control in our abs, then we lose that support. Our psoas really takes over for the sake of hip flexion, and that's where you get your pain in your lower back. So what you want to do is practice a hollow body hold assessment. So I'm pressing my lower back into the floor, and if you come to a point where you're like starting to shake a little bit, that's your point where you're starting to lose control for your abdominal or your pelvic tilt. So once your legs particularly are at that point, bend your knees, and this is your starting point for your lying leg raises. Head down for a little more difficulty, up if you want to make it a little bit easier. Hands on your sides, not here. We want that motion in our abdominals and our lower back. So I'm rocking on my tailbone. You can make it a little harder, straightening your legs, of course, using as much range as possible, letting your heels kiss the floor, and just using control. You want to feel the abdominals tense here and here. If you're coming down and you're really struggling with it, that's where you're going to have the pain in your lower back. So use both of those exercises as a starting point. Start off with the dead bug, assess yourself with the hollow body hold. Once you can get all the way down, still holding tension, then you're good for your straight line leg raises. And again, think of rocking your tailbone on the floor. Dead bug, hollow body hold assessment, rock your tailbone. Those 3 things together will give you what you want out of the lying leg raises. I put a mini micro workout down below in the description if you want to check out more on that, and let me know if you have questions in the comment section. Be fit and live free.